What is good, everyone? Just finished up the trading day. Just gonna do a little quick recap for you guys. So, market's been moving a little slow today, honestly, during pre-market. Or not during pre-market, during market open, which I was kind of surprised about, but it's whatever. So, we can see that this is market open right here. And the low was around 110. And yeah, it's moved almost 150 points. But as it was kind of moving those 150 points these past almost 45 minutes, I would say there hasn't been many opportunities, and market was kind of consolidating in this area for quite some time. You can see from 6:35 until almost like 7:15. So quite some time, especially for market open, definitely consolidating a little bit longer than I would have liked. But we saw a retracement back into this zone area. So if we kind of go into the 34 and we go this way, we kind of wait just for that retracement into the zone. So we get that first touch here. But as you can see, we end up waking above this high. So my model is not valid. So we just keep waiting. And we can see that we do get a break of this low, and we're still in that retracement area. So we have this high here, and we have a low formed right there. And you can see that we did not break this low at all. So now we get that tiny high, that tiny low, and we get that confirmed breakout right here. So as always, I kind of just wait for price to touch my zone, but it never happened. So as you can see, I took an entry up here, which is definitely way far away from my zone. It's like 25, 30 points away from my zone. But I still took that entry because I would say at this level right here, where this blue candle kind of crosses over, is where the 144 candle closed, which is the higher time frame that I correlate with the 34 range. So I was like, okay, cool. I see that we closed above, or the 144 closed. So I'm definitely interested in taking a long position, but let me just wait for a retracement. So I just kind of wanted to wait for a retracement into like this zone, which we kind of get. And as soon as we kind of get that bounce out, I entered. See, I definitely got a little bit of a better entry at 220 instead of entering up here like 223. I was able to secure my profit there, just quick 10 points as always. Stop was just below the zone, so it's not too big of a R to R difference. That was the first trade I took, and then I'm just waiting. Then I do see an opportunity for a short. So based off of this 144 candle that closed to the downside, take note that it does have a positive delta to it. So it's down close with positive delta, so it can signal like a reversal. But obviously in this case, the price just kind of went up. Same thing with this candle, price just kind of went up. So you just gotta, be patient and just try to analyze everything on all time frames that you use, especially the higher time frames. Higher time frames will definitely help out a lot. So I saw that a high was formed here, and we have this low right here. Neither the high or the low is broken, and we are able to get that tiny high and that tiny low formed. We get that confirmed breakout. Then I am able to enter short here. Probably could have gotten a little bit better of a fill, to be honest, but I think it's still decent fill. And price went down maybe 7 points or so, but wasn't able to secure it, and I got stopped at a break even. So at this point, I really just want to take another entry on my per dia account, just because I only needed like less than 150 to get access to that live account. So I was just waiting, and you can see that we did end up violating this zone area, and we don't respect it. So once I saw that we didn't respect this area, obviously we get rid of these fibs, and I kind of wait for that 144 candle to close. And the 144 candle, it closed right about here. this is where it closed. So since it closed there, I was like, okay, I'm gonna enter in for a very quick scalp. But as you can see, I was able to enter on this candle, but price moved very quickly, and I got filled in at 243 from where originally I would have preferred to get filled. So I definitely should have waited a little bit for price to kind of retrace back into this area, like right here. So I probably would have entered here at 42, maybe 242. So I probably would have gotten around the same fill, which is, it's fine. My stop was just below these lows down here, and you can see that I was able to just secure my profit right there. I only secured about 7.5 points instead of my usual 10. If I did my usual 10, I would have gotten stopped at a break even for sure here. But you can see that I was just able to secure my profit there at 7.5 because the per dia, I just needed less than 150. So I was like, all right, you know what? Let me just put it at 7.5 points and secure the bag. And it worked perfectly. So I just took those 3 trades, and now we're $12 over that $3,000 profit target for the per dia live account. So now we just kind of wait for them to set up my live account and just keep trading as normal. So I only took those 3 trades, one break even and two wins. And you can see price isn't really doing much, honestly. Like this happened almost 10 minutes ago. No, more than 10 minutes ago, almost 15 minutes ago, excuse me. And price only went down another 20, 30 points. So it's not really moving much. So I definitely called it early. Or I didn't even call it early, honestly. This is definitely one of the later times these past couple of weeks that I've been trading. I've been able to take like a couple trades like around 6:32, for example, so like a few minutes after market open. But besides that, yeah, that's pretty much it. There wasn't much to it today, I would say. And this morning we did have a pre-market point of control around this area, but price was already, I would say, fairly close to that area. At market open, we were maybe 15-ish points away from this pre-market high or this pre-market point of control. So since we were already like 15 points away, I wasn't expecting price to like necessarily come back to this 2,500 level. Just because, it's already fairly close. And you can see price just kind of went up and up and up, which is fine. But I would expect price, once we kind of get down into this demand zone, price, I think, should have a decent reaction here to the upside. But yeah, so those are the trades I took for today. Pretty mellow day, I would say. Nothing too bad. But just stay true to yourself, stay consistent, and do not overtrade. Just have faith in yourself. Peace.